Welcome back, everybody, to another beautiful video. My name is Mikołaj Maria Dawidowski, and I welcome you here. Today, I want to discuss a topic of how to heal yourself naturally. There are many various ways and methods through which an individual can heal themselves. And healing is a very big part of our journey, especially if you're on a journey of self-improvement, self-development, spirituality, or any other along those lines. We all picked up traumas along the way, we all picked up negative emotions somewhere within our bodies, we all ingested poisons along the way that are wrecking our body from within. So it would be useful to just let go of all of these things and let it be, wouldn't it? So, where to start, how to begin, and what to do? These are wonderful questions. Should I start with the body or with the mind? Should I start with spirituality? Which way should I go? Personally, I advise the path of purification first. Put an intent to establish yourself in God and then begin your purification process. Water fasting, dry fasting, monofruit, fruitarianism, liquidarianism, veganism, vegetarianism, omnivore. If you have autoimmune system problems, I would probably then encourage carnivore diet, only eating meat. There is something about simplifying your diet that makes it very healing. When you eat everything at all times, it really puts a lot of stress on the body. And our body uses most of the energy that it gets from the food to actually digest the food. So have a think about that one. Another thing is exercise. Gotta get that sweat worked up to get rid of the toxins out of the body. Steam rooms, ice baths. If you haven't heard of him, Wim Hof, he's a great guy that teaches how to use breath work in order to be able to go into coldness with a smile on your face and warmth in the body. Also, his techniques work very well when it comes to strengthening the immune system, resetting the body, making the body stronger. Very good thing. Simple meditations, sitting down, observing the breath, not battling the thoughts, but just simply stating that there are thoughts. Really good for the mind. Really good for the mind clutter. Apparently still a little bit asleep. But there are many ways. You have options upon options upon options. You have yoga, you have positive affirmations, you have mantras. But God will guide you. And you don't need to worry about all the options. If some call upon you, if some you resonate with, if by any chance you feel particularly interested in any of these, then go ahead and explore it. It has to come from within you. Spending time in nature is really good. When was the last time you were in the forest, my friend? When was the last time you were in the mountains? How about a lake? Or swim in a river, ocean, or sea? These elements are very powerful. When was the last time you sat by the fireplace at night, looking upon the fire, hearing it crackle, as you see the night sky above you, the starry night? Very beautiful, very beautiful, and very, very healing. Nature is one of the most beautiful and important places for humans. And if you feel overworked and overstressed, then I strongly suggest that you go to and spend some time in nature. And I don't mean walking from point A to point B in a park and then calling it a day. No. Going into the forest, taking off your shoes, walking barefooted, just sitting there, observing the trees, listening to the birds, seeing what's happening. Very powerful stuff. Very powerful stuff. Highly underestimated. Watching the waterfall, watching the river flow, both of these really good for the mind. Really good for the mind. Water fasting is something I like to do personally the most. It's the easiest form of fasting, and or even intermediate fasting, where you do intermittent fasting, where you just eat once a day or schedule windows of eating. It's really good, really good. There are many forms of diets that you can try and indulge in, and some will work, some will not work, and what will work for you will not work for another. So the problem with healing is the same, how would you call it, the same pressure that you apply for one person with certain condition will help them, and another person it will not. Meaning that if you apply the same stimuli to the same disease, because they're different people, it may not work. And this is something that a lot of therapists struggle with, because there's just not one formula that fits everybody. And so this is particularly why I really enjoy healing. It is because there is every new person, even if they come with exactly the same disease, they may have different underlying issue that needs to be resolved, which makes it more like a puzzle game, or a mystery puzzle game I should say, more than copy paste repeat practice, you know? Every person is an individual and has to be treated as such. Sleeping the right amount. If you're oversleeping, you're gonna get a lot of headaches. If you're undersleeping, you're gonna be tired. I was up all night because of mosquitoes. Music is also a great healer. Music is really, really powerful, and depending what type of music you listen to, it can either make you or break you depending on where you are. And especially dancing along to the music or singing along to the music has really strong, very, very strong healing abilities. Just moving the body in general. Moving the body in general has very healing properties. Seeing how you can move, in which ways, you get to feel the body and become more aware of it. And as you become more aware of it, you become more aware of the things the body needs. It's easy. It's all very easy. You have binaural frequencies, isometric tones, you have prayers. There are many, many different ways in which you can do healing. steam rooms, as I said, massages, therapies, you know. But the ones you can do yourself would definitely be spending time in nature, playing with the animals, dogs, cats. Great things, great healing, great teachers. Listening to music, spending time in nature, watching the fire, going for a swim, just living a simple life. Surrounding yourself with positivity. That one is the most important. Out of all of the things I said, surrounding yourself with positive knowledge and positive information on daily basis is going to make you into much greater person, into much more happy person, into much more positive person that is going to have an optimistic look upon the life. And why that is important? Because if you're optimistic about tomorrow, you're going to take action, and you will want to take action to create that better tomorrow. But if you see the world as ending and as grim and without the possibility of the future, you're going to become very hedonistic and destructive in your ways very, very quickly. Fresh air. Get as much fresh air as possible. These are just basics. Crystals. Crystals are really good. Plants. Make sure you have plenty of plants in your house. For now, this should be it. You gotta know yourself what you're missing. You know, one good way of knowing what is good for you if you want to play the games of not knowing is write out all the things that you know are bad for you. Just write it all out. Whatever it may be, eating junk food, drinking alcohol, taking drugs, whatever it may be, you know. Just write it all out. Sleeping 15 hours a day. And then, once you have it all down, you know you need to do the opposite of that. What the opposite is, you may have to Google it, you may have to search it, you may have to do some research. But at least it already gives you a direction of what not to do. And if you just constrict that, then naturally you're going to be drawn towards doing what to do. Yet again, my friends, blessings be upon you. I wish you absolutely all the best in your ways, in your life. May you find the healing that you seek. You gotta ask yourself, why do you want to do the healing as well? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.